Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Inspiration Mondays. I'm doing this video here to share an experience that I've had with you guys. In a previous video, a video about when I went to Coney Island, one of the Inspired Travelers videos, I had mentioned how I had mentioned to you guys, presented this idea to you guys of eating a live frog in the morning. And that was because of how I felt. If you guys followed my progress, the progress of the Inspired Traveler series, first I went skydiving, right? It was an awesome experience, and as you can all imagine, jumping out of an airplane at 10,000 feet is not a joke. So that was intense. Then the next, one of the following experiences was when I went to Coney Island, where there are rides and attractions and stuff. Pretty fun, and carnival rides, pretty fun stuff, right? Now some people were scared of the slingshot and this other wheel that spins with you and brings you really up high, and then you stay up there for a while the wind is shaking the whole thing. And I had explained to you guys how I felt like I could get on any ride right now. It doesn't matter which ride I get on, I would not get scared. Well, I had took that and use the analogy of eating a live frog in the morning before you get started on anything, because the idea of eating a live frog is that if you eat a live frog, that's probably the worst experience you can have for the whole day. Or there was another guy that came up with one: when you wake up in the morning, watch a video of a guy getting his head cut off, because it's so intense that anything else that comes up during the day will not be dramatic. It will not be at that level, in other words. Well, I'm doing this video to share with you guys something that I've experienced, and that is doing the hardest task first. A lot of us, and I would do it too, we have a tendency to procrastinate on the things that are hard to do, the things that are uncomfortable, and do the little things that are easy to do. And we think that by doing these things, we're lying to ourselves and telling ourselves that, hey, I'm not doing anything, I am working, I'm actually accomplishing something. You know, we're setting small goals. We're not going for the bigger ones because we're so scared of them. Even subconsciously, we put them off. We put them in the back burner because we want to focus on the things that we feel comfortable doing, which is what happens in relationships, with money, with work, thrilling experiences. People are experiencing stress, dealing with situations. We always tend to tackle the smallest tasks first. I had an experience where there were two situations that were pretty... The fear made me feel that these experiences would have been really tough to deal with. And like I said in one of my Instagram posts, if you guys don't follow me, follow it. It's at LifeCoachV. I had mentioned that fear, some people say fear is not true and all that. Well, fear is really us imagining the worst case scenario about a situation that may or may not occur in the future. I've also talked to you guys about how it's important to have a positive attitude and just go for it, because that attitude changes the outcome of anything that's in front of you. It doesn't matter what it is. That's what you guys have to understand. It's as easy to create a button as it is to create a mountain to the universe, and you have all that force flowing through you. So what I got from that experience is that, okay, if you wake up in the morning and there's something that's really, that's there's a tough situation approaching, and then you don't know how you're going to handle it, the first thing to do, just like when you jump in cold water or when you go skydiving and jump out of the plane, it's to dive in head first. Don't procrastinate, don't put it off, don't start doing other things, because once you start doing other things, what happens is that while you're working on one task that is easy, that task that is difficult, the idea and the fear of it is there in the back of your mind while you're working on the other task. And while you're working on the other task, you're building up that negative momentum about that first task that you want to target. So, and that ends up creating more problems later. And so what I did is I said, you know what, got up extra early, dealt with it, And the interesting thing is that the fear itself, once you push through the fear, you realize that the fear was just in your mind. Whatever it is that you were fearing is not real. And besides, your positive attitude changes things. It creates things that are beneficial and for you and that make you happy. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. It's important to eat a live frog first thing in the morning, or watch someone getting their head cut off first thing in the morning. And these are obviously analogies to explain to you that you need to tackle the most difficult task first. Because once you do, and here's the interesting thing, once you do, not only are those tasks going to be easier to tackle first than later on after you've built up all that negative momentum about them and all that fear, once you're done with those tasks, you get a boost of endorphin and you feel good. Like once you're able to solve a problem that is so intense that it scares you, but you do it first thing in the morning, you get so much energy that you feel you just want to jump and scream. You're like, yeah, I did it, you know. And once you have that, you can keep that positive momentum going throughout the rest of the day, and that will help you solve problems and accomplish tasks that will arise throughout the rest of the day. So as part of this Inspiration Monday, I'm telling you to tackle the most difficult task first, because the fear that you have, you don't want that fear to be lingering while you're working on other tasks, and then you either put it off or you do it and then you fail at it. That's the first thing. And the second reason why you should tackle that most difficult task first thing in the morning is because of the boost of confidence and endorphin that you get that will follow you throughout the rest of the day, so that all the other tasks that you tackle become easy to do. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. It's an interesting experience. It's what I've learned from going skydiving and then later on getting on some pretty scary rides, what people call scary rides, and not feeling that. So this is also bringing me to a point where this is going to be something for a different video, but I always say words don't teach. It is life experience that teaches. So people could be telling you something over and over and over again. It doesn't, you have to experience it. And I have another video that I made a little while back about how to know something really, you need to experience it so that you can actually learn it and understand it spiritually. So that's really what I'm getting out of this experience, is leading me to also understand the idea that people would tell you something over and over and over again and you would never get it. But the moment that you experience it, and you don't have to experience it while doing one of those difficult tasks. No, you could go skydiving, you could go bungee jumping, a technique that would work is, let's say you're dealing with a tough situation at work, right? In order to overcome that situation, there's something that you have to do. Well, take that and apply it to something else. Let's say in your relationship, and do that, have that interaction in your relationship. Then you're gonna experience the benefits of it and you're gonna learn, and then you can turn around and come back and apply it to your job or to whatever else it was affecting. So that's it. That's my tip for the Inspiration Mondays today. So you guys have an awesome week. Remember, life is awesome, and all you have to do, really guys, is find a way to break out from your limiting beliefs, and then your life would just expand and explode in front of you. My name is Vanessa Saint Louis for Breakout Coaching.